Hi, I'm Eric at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm, and this is Florida Natural Farming. I'm gonna look at some seedlings because we're in a drought. Uh, Florida drought is like a dry period of 2 to 4 weeks usually, and we're used to it. But I was looking at these Miko lemons, these seed-grown citrus. I just don't understand why they say you have to water citrus so much. And these things have never been connected to water ever, and they're seed grown and they do just fine. They always produce lots of fruit. It's a lemon hybrid, has grapefruit or something in it. It's very nice. They come true to seed, which is a little odd, but though they have been changing in the fruit. The fruit has been coming out more. Some of them are more like the species, so it's interesting, but they're delicious. Everyone says it's the best lemon they've ever had, which is cool. Mangoes are looking good. I'm going to get to the seedlings, and I'm also going to I'm going to show new paths because I have to, continuously plant here because that's what I do. And the mangoes up here are doing quite well. I'm very happy with them. So when it's a drought, you can start seeing the seedlings because this stuff dies back a little bit and starts dropping off into the bottom. And then it opens up and you can see little trees that are popping up, seedlings that I planted. So I'm not going to go looking for a bunch, but I did see a couple just walking here. There's a little mango seedling. And right next to it is some sort of eugenia. Black, orange, or cherry of the Rio Grande. Most of our fruit trees are grown from seed here. They just do better. All the citrus is grown from seed, and cashews are all grown from seed, and all the garcinias I plant are always from seed. People just don't start them right at nurseries. They start them with chemicals and plastic pots. They just completely ignore plastic pots like it's something you don't have to look at. And if you're surrounding yourself with all these plastic pots and you're there all the time, it's like gonna be in your environment, and they're very toxic. I mean, you look at chemicals, people that watch this channel, but those are the worst chemicals in the plastic pots, and people don't even look at them. So just the plastic, it permeates everything. I can't get away from it. I still use plastic. I've got plastic water jugs I'm using right now to drink my water. So I understand it's just impossible to get away from. It's in the air and the water and the food we eat, but there are tweaks you can do to limit your plastic exposure. And we need to step away in plant production from plastic. So that's why we don't water, or one of the reasons why we don't water. And there was a short time we connected stuff to water, and I've been slowly removing the drip irrigation to an artesian flow well we have that we had installed, but it's all PVC lined. And the plastic pipes, you turn that on and the water is laced with microplastics. So seedlings. Is that what I was going to look at? I got on my plastic rant, but it's just, It's like, it's a urgent health crisis in the making. And nobody even nobody even looks at it. It's bizarre. All this disease that's out there, the functional medicine doctors, they don't even address plastic pollution. They just go on. They might mention organic food, but organic food is all laced with plastics because they use plastic in every aspect of it. They put it on the soil, which is the worst thing you can do. They grow in greenhouses. They grow under shade cloth. Permeates everything in forever chemicals, because that's what plastic is. But anyway, get off that. So here's a seedling blue lily pili, but I think it's just a purple one, a syzygium, but I don't know. I'll know when it fruits, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be purple because that's the color of the fruit of the seeds were. Seedling cashew, seedling purple forest guava, seedling jackfruit. There's so much stuff here. It's just crazy. There's this Garcinia madruno. It's like, gives me fruit every time I'm here, but it's still flowering right now. And it's got a lot of fruit on it. There's flowers. It's just too much. Seedling tree. It's gonna be happy times for mangoes. I'm gonna bring mangoes to sell up to Citra. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'll sell some here and I'll mail some, but that's the plan. Mangoes, MB fruit, and other stuff. What I don't sell I can eat because I could just hold it in cold storage, basically in our big barn in the tack room. It stays ice cold in there for some reason. Okay, so I was walking down here. So there's some seed-grown citrus here. There's this Rangiparay lime. It's like, what is your issue with citrus, people? It looks like raining, but it's just the sunlight. It's a shadow, see? Chachiros. Seedling jackfruits. There's a seedling egg fruit tree. Here's some more seedling citrus. Looks like a Miko lemon. They have big, giant plots of citrus up where our Ups and Downs farm is in Central Florida that look totally healthy. It's bizarre that they don't seem to be growing like they do in the chemical tents that they create with their little white plastic tents they put on the citrus around here. And it's just, they don't, never mind. I'm not going to start ranting about plastic. But it hinders photosynthesis. So what are you doing that for? It's not what you want to do. You want to speed it up. Mulberry cutting. These are so good. This is Frank's mom's mulberry. Oh, it's so good. The trees that grow and like lean, that's from compaction. So the root does an L like this. So rather than going straight down, it goes sideways right here. And when the wind blows in just the right direction, not this way, but the other direction, and it'll go like that, and then it sends off these. Totally what it is. But that's okay. It keeps it nice and low, and there's plenty of room here. There's a lot of little seedling cashews through here that look really good. Right there. I know I planted lots of little garcinias in here. I was walking down here. Hopefully I can see them today. Yes. And I notice, you know, because it's dry and things are easier to see because there's not as much foliage. Lots of leaf matter on the ground. But I saw these garcinias in full sun. Here's one here. Whoa, come on, camera. There's a couple here. There's one there. I imagine these are madruno, but could be intermedia, but it looks like madruno to me. That's pretty much what I was planting the most of, madruno and achachiro seeds. So, but you know, those take a while to grow. That one over there that has the fruit on it, the mother tree of these, was started in full sun and never been water. It did get connected to water for 9 months, more than 6 years ago, probably 7 years ago, just for 9 months. But just some of the trees, but none of the seedling trees, none of the citrus, and none of the mangoes ever. It didn't work. Stuff started rotting. Bananas started rotting. Some seedling citrus along here. Right here. I'm gonna look at the quaimuk tree, and then I'm gonna go to the back trail. We have two fruiting quaimuk trees. They're both flowering right now. Seedlings, cashew, seedling cashew. Look how beautiful it is here. Even with all the city noise you get in Vero Beach. I'm not used to that from being up in Ups and Downs Farm. It's so quiet, surrounded by swamp. Much nicer. Big achachiro tree there, seed grown. It's gonna fruit next year, definitely. The air here smells so amazing. It's got to be this big guanacaste tree. Yeah, I see the flowers all over it. Lots of seedling stuff in here. Seedling citrus, seedling guava, seedling achachiro. I know there's an ackee in here too, but I can't find it right now. Not gonna look through the brush for random trees I know that are there. Look at this. This is the Bruni. You could see all the flower buds starting on it, but it looks like it opened last night. The red dragon fruit. But look at all the little buds, and the fruit is like hangs down, so it's right, it's perfect to grab. But you can see all the flowers. And they say this one is hard to pollinate, you need to cross-pollinator, but it's never had a pollinator, and it fruits by itself, and it produces quite a bit of fruit. Thing I don't like is this Virginia creeper growing up with the freaking dragon fruit. So this is a seed-grown yellow, giant yellow dragon fruit. It's been taking its time. I think it's more tropical. But boy, what a beauty. Got me distracted. Seed-grown cashew. Seed-grown cashew. And then there's garcinias and stuff I have planted all through here, but this is not as dry as it was over there. Here's a dragon fruit that's finally getting started. Once they start hanging down, that's when you start getting flowers and fruit. This is a seedling pomelo. It's got fruit all over it. I guess it's pomelo. It looks like a lemon to me, but some of them are round, so who knows? I don't know. It's supposed to be a pomelo. It's a big tree, so could be a pomelo. Maybe it's a grapefruit. I don't know. We'll see. Another seedling citrus. There's another seedling pomelo. There's a seedling blood orange that flowered last year and this year, but only had a couple of flowers on it, seed grown. But, you know, it'll do it. Usually the fruit, they set fruit, but here's a quaimak tree. And it's got flowers on it. Come on, camera. It's not that hard to focus. Got some other flowers. It's like some fruit. Camera's not really behaving very well. Maybe it is. Just not, my eyes are not behaving well. This is our oldest tree on the farm. I brought this one from, this is seed-grown quaimak from Montosa Gardens when they used to sell fruit trees years ago, and it was about this big, and I transplanted it here. Put it right in the lawn because this was all lawn. It was all horribly compacted lawn. Plumerias are looking good. There's going to be a lot of plumeria flowers very soon. These fan palms seem to do okay in the drought too. They grow up north. This one seems to be better. There's a big fruiting achachiro tree. It's got fruit on it now. This is a egg fruit getting ready to flower. The pool area. Go to the quaimak, and then I'm going to go look at the new planting area and trails. It's for something different. Honeykiss mango. Mangoes are in full-on bloom, a lot of them. So this is the other quaimak, and it has a lot of flowers and fruit that looks like it's going to drop because it's turning brown, which this is what it always does. But it seems to have a lot more fruit than it's had before. So, I see some white ones still. See some whites with the yellows, so that's always good. See, it's got a lot of flowers on it still. Flowers and fruit, that's what this is. My friend Kyle said there's a video on rooting kwai muck on YouTube. I think he was hinting that he wants a kwai muck tree, or I could sell kwai muck trees, I guess. The whole thing with I mean, it's nice to get this particular variety because it's a grafted tree. And it's a nice looking tree finally. Finally looks good. I got the pepper tree out of there. There's an oak tree right there. But it's flowering all the way up for the first time. I see big flowers up at the top, or they're fruit once they get big. So the flowers look just like the fruit. There's a brown one. But there's so much on here. I think this will be the first year it really shows what it can do. Finally. It's taken a while. It's been in the ground for 9 years. 9+ years. Dry farmed. Produced fruit for the last 5. Grafted tree. But the mangoes are looking good. I've seen fruit on some of the mangoes, these flowers, but I don't see any here. There's some. There's some. Good. There's some. Yeah. I got scared. I'm like, oh, please let there be mangoes. And this sugarloaf grafted tree has fruit. I could see little fruits right here. Oh yeah, there's fruit. Yes. Thank God. This tree usually produces good. This is a Venus tree that's doing the same thing. This is a pineapple pleasure that's flowering on the other side. And this is a peach cobbler, but that's flowering all over. They're pretty big, these trees. You know, it's just, they're almost like gonna be foolproof where they just fruit, because we've been dry farming continuously for 13 years, mangoes in Florida. And I do know that at a certain point, and it's usually 10 years, the dry farm mangoes just start kicking in and they just start producing good. You have to get a certain size, but it's a little slower dry farming probably, for sure, but the trees produce a lot of fruit, and these trees have produced a lot of fruit, and I know it's going to happen again. They're going to produce a lot of fruit. This is a coconut cream mango. The Venus mango back there, I think I showed. I'm going to go to this area up here, though. Venus, what's back there? Venus, sweetheart. People flying their jets, private jets into Vero Beach. This is a super Julie tree. There's a seedling cashew. There's easily 100 cashews coming up here. And I'm gonna plant more of them. Because if nobody buys this, I kind of think somebody's gonna buy it now. But if they don't, I have to, have plan B ready to go. So this back here, take the chain link fence out and have a parking back here. So until then, it's just my path. But I have little seeds I planted in here. I have seen achachiros growing in there. This is the old cow pasture. So this is the back 5 acres. I don't even ever show. So this was all the cow pasture area. And I've been mowing a path around it. And I just put a new one in. So I wanted to get another path in the middle because I'm going to start this area here. I'm going to leave for parking. So I'm not going to do anything with that. But on the outside, I'm going to plant direct sow seeds, cashews, and achachiros. I've seen achachiros coming up along here, so I'm going to do some more. And then probably about right where this these palm trees are, I'm going to start direct sowing seeds. And, you know, direct sowing seeds, or even putting seedlings in, or even big trees. You don't know how many are going to survive, but you just have to keep planting. And since we produce so many seeds, hundreds of cashew seeds, hundreds of MB seeds, probably 100 plus achachiro seeds, and 100 plus of the different Garcinia seeds. So, and star apple and all the other fruits, it's just never ending. So start planting them back there, and then basically start selling plants. I think I can get the mangoes from Zills already grafted along with our seed stuff, but take their mangoes and do my natural farming boot camp on them. So do a bokashi spray on the or a lab spray on the mango and the soil, and then throw the soil out and put them in soil from here, no compost mixed into it, in terracotta pots, and then sell them. Let them get started a little, you know, see how they do, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do if we stay here, and start selling plants, and then start our seeds, but start them in terracotta. Sure, there'll be a little bit more money, but they're so expensive anyway. It's more expensive to ignore the plastic than it is to see the terracotta. And then sell seeds and fruit. Probably out of that barn. And then this is all going to be planted through here. So more production. Put ginger along here and mark the trails. And plant some heliconias, but plant bananas back here because I was debating on whether to take the banana pups. But I think I'm going to get the next harvest, which is pretty soon, of 50 pups off our bananas, and start planting them back here, because I think we have enough in Citra ups and downs where I could just start dividing them from up there. But this needs bananas first, so that'd be the first thing I did. Put the bananas and the seeds in. Probably the seeds will be first. But all this side too, this is all where the cows were. And people want to know how I did paths. Well, I just mowed this one yesterday, so you kind of know what you want to do. I have a path on that side where the mangoes are. I see mangoes. Why is this camera doing this to me? Is that mangoes I see? Yes. Mangoes in bloom. That's what I want to see. So there's a path over there, and there's a path over there. So this back 5 acres here is really nice. There's mostly mangoes and all seed-grown trees. So I'm going to do all seed-grown trees back here, all through here, all along here, because up, you know, this can all be planted out. And I leave trees, so I don't take pine trees and oak trees down, or palm trees. I plant around them. This is obviously where they first cleared this property. Look like old cedar trees that are still not rotted. And they forgot to burn it. And it's just sitting there. Because this was horse pasture. None of these pine trees were in here, or palm trees. The big ones, of course, but the big cedar that was over here, or whatever that is. But these pine trees weren't there. These all came up when we stopped mowing. The cows liked it back here, but there wasn't enough grass or different things to eat, so they were starting to eat our mango trees. There's mangoes over there. So this has a road. It's raised up because I guess for this lot in the back, you'd come across this side and then straight up here to the back 5 acres, because you could sell this lot. Somebody could. We could if we wanted. And it's nice that it's wooded. I mean, nobody has wooded lots. You need the wooded lots because it gets too hot in this part of Florida. That's just how it is. Nobody will ever want to go outside. Blazing sun and humidity. Ugh. Nope. So up here is a pad that they built. This is where they built that house right on the properties after we bought this. You can hardly see it anymore. There's mangoes back there. We'll go back there. I want to look at the mangoes back there. So I'm going to plant all through here. Maybe I won't plant on this pad because somebody might want to build right here someday, because you could build another single family house and a guest house back here and another guest house up front. What an eco resort this could become. I mean, I think it's such a steal that it's like crazy that nobody is like bothered to snap it up, but that's okay because I have a plan. Thank God. So I just put this path in. This was like all compacted pasture. Nothing would grow. Then when we grew it out, just weeds would grow. But the cows were on it for a long time. The pond's pretty low. This pond never goes dry. It's a big old growth. Cedar tree, I guess. Pardon my ignorance. Yeah, this all needs to be planted like the front. Totally. But when it's hot and there's no trees, because it was just pasture, it's like, and it's far back here, it just wasn't, I didn't do it as much. But once the bananas get put in, that'll change the whole way it looks. It's that dwarf one that everyone loves. It's got some fruit on it. So this is the old trails. So it's back in the back. Can't even see that house anymore. I love it. Ah. This is really nice to have in Vero Beach because it seems like everyone, it's just the lawn and the street. And some people have oak trees, but then they're really close together. It's like too freaking close for me. I need some space. I don't want to hear everything. I guess I don't know, I've lived in the country too long, too much of my life. Getting old and crotchety in the city. Here's a peach cobbler mango. It's in full bloom. I think it's going to have a lot of fruit. This did the same thing last year. Flowered and then didn't set and then reflowered. Give us a pretty good fruit set. I'm happy with that. This is a sweet tart that doesn't have any fruit on it, which is kind of surprising. The cows kind of ate on this one. I could see the leaves are all chewed up. It's not good. This is a fruit punch. I don't think it has any fruit on it. This is a lemon zest that has flowers. So I have planted lots of garcinias through here, along this path. I don't know if I've done a lot over here because the cows were right up to here, basically. Cows and donkeys. So, but I have through here. I'm sure they're coming up. The garcinias, they all seem to grow from here. It's like the cacao, basically. Definitely, this is a good area to plant cacao in, around the nitrogen-fixing trees, the guanacaste trees. This is Lancettia. It's got a full bloom on it. See if I can see any fruit. Although I've disparaged this tree fruit so much. Probably would never want to give me any more fruit, poor thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. It's a curry mango in bloom. It's an ice cream mango in bloom. These trees are getting kind of big. This is another curry in bloom. I think that's a cogshell in bloom. This is a curry in bloom, and this doesn't have a lot of fruit on it. This is a cogshell, and it's like doing a partial bloom, but I see fruit on it from here. This is a cogshell that doesn't have any bloom. This is a Valencia Pride that has, I think it has some fruit on it, and I can see the fruit from here, the little fruits. Can you? Yes. It's a big tree, and there's a Valencia Pride behind it. That's a cogshell tree. This is a curry tree. This is the ice cream tree. Beautiful, I love ice cream. Ice cream, pina colada, ice cream, big ice cream tree. There's that Valencia Pride tree. I love the smell of mangoes. Little marsh rabbit, marsh hare. There's a coconut cream mango. Or no, this is a cotton candy mango. It's a freaking airplane. There's a cotton candy mango. There's a cotton candy mango. Here's a cotton candy mango. There's a cotton candy mango that froze, and it doesn't have any flowers or fruit on it. And I'm pretty sure it came back above the graft. Here's a froze, the mangoes that froze 3 winters ago. 31 degrees. But this one didn't freeze, and it's got a lot of flowers on it. And the one behind it froze, but it's got flowers on it. And then the one way back there has lots of flowers on it. Yes. Here's the seedling mangoes. So the cows were clear up to here, so nothing was ever planted in here. So this all has to be mango seeds. Here's a little longan. Here's a seedling mango. This is that pine forest we were looking at from over there. Or, you know, this was all pasture. This all came up on its own. Nothing would grow in here because the pine tree wanted to come up, I guess, probably. Or was here and they chopped it down. I don't know. Here's the new path that I put in that ties into the other one that goes down the center. So yeah, I have a nursery where people can walk around and then plants up by the car area. Not in plastic. Our own seeds and bare root seedlings probably also. So this is a sweet, that's a little jam tree. This is a fruit punch. I see fruit on this. Yes. I see little fruits. Do I? Yes. 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 Fruit punch. Certainly is going to have little fruits on it. This tree is very healthy. Here's this fruit punch. Lots of fruit on it. Yes. Yeah, when these trees all flowered in January, all of them, all at the same time. Basically all but like 5 trees, all, you know, flowered. And it started flowering in December, the end of December, early January. And then it just gets too cold in Vero a lot of times. Or location. If you have a tree that's protected by some bananas, then it has chances of survival, fruit surviving the whole winter are good. But if it's out in the open like this and there's nothing above it, basically, it gets cold here. There's a big cashew tree and not real cold, but too cold for the fruit. So then they have to rebloom, and thankfully a lot of them do rebloom. We've had 6 reblooms on our fruit trees last year. We did. There's a fruit punch. Has some fruit on it. Yeah, I'm holding out hope that it's going to be a good mango year. The weather's certainly perfect for the mangoes. It's dry and not too hot. 70 at night, 85 during the day. So the seedling, orange crushed jackfruit. I forgot to look at these seedling cashews. It's a big one there. There's another one over here. The cows were eating this one. I know that. She grew back. Here's that big tree that I looked at from the other side that I was calling a cedar tree. It's just huge. I can't believe people chop stuff like that down. Should be against the law, I think, to chop big trees, old growth trees down in Florida, but what do I know? Here's a fruit punch. Here's a sweet tart that really nothing on it. This is a sweet tart. It has fruit on the other side. Same with this one. little fruits, but not, you know, sweet tart doesn't rebloom very well. Sweet tart, this one has fruit on it. Is it on the other side? But I know I've seen fruit on this tree. Not a lot, but this one has a little bit of fruit too, but a little bit of fruits, they start adding up if you got enough trees like us, and some of them produce a lot, but a lot of them are really young still. And they've been producing every year like this buttercream. Just, they don't get going until 10 years dry farming, I think. I think that's, unless you've like really primed your system perfectly and, you know, started with bananas and had it really going good for bananas. And if the bananas are doing good, then the mangoes will do good. But stuff struggles if there's not enough biology. So, and there isn't any canopy. Canopy is key. These are cotton candy. This cotton candy mango. It's a cotton candy mango. I see fruit on it. I see lots of fruit on it. These trees usually produce fairly well. Cotton candy. I see fruit on it. Yay. All these mangoes, these 4 here, they are 5. They all were part of the mangoes that froze. Here's little cashew seedlings, 6. And then the cows came through and ate all the leaves of them off. Cashews. Here's a diamond mango, it has fruit on it. Here's where that trail came in. It's got a bloom on it also, so that's good. Here's a lemon zest that has, this is a mango that froze. That's a mango that froze. And then the cows ate every leaf on this one and mostly on this one too. That's why I knew the cows, they had to get out of here. Here's a cashew. I see little mangoes on the lemon zest. That's good. Let's see what happens. I'm holding out hope. Praying. Pray for the fruit trees. Fruit. The lychee looks good. I'll end this on a mango. Lychees look very nice this year. I'm happy. But a little rain would be nice, please. Tree people. This is a sweet tart that has a lot of fruit on it. I have a couple of sweet tarts that have a lot of fruit on, so it ain't gonna be a problem, thank God. Anyway, I could go on and on and on, but I'm not. I'm done for the day. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. I always enjoy hearing from you. Thanks so much. Have an incredible day.